along with a good old coffee talk, honey. If you haven't gotten your coffee already, you know what time it is. You know where to find it. Go ahead, hazelnut today. I got hazelnut today. What we working with, y'all, as far as coffee, because I know some of y'all ain't right until you've had your coffee. Now, if you're already at work, don't be giving them people a bad time. You supposed to been had your coffee. It's 7:15 a.m. my time. Some of you on the East Coast, it's 8:15. If you're on the West Coast, it's 6:15. Go ahead and get your coffee. We don't want nobody getting written up today. We don't want nobody getting asked to leave. HR coming in saying, "Excuse me, can I talk to you for a second?" We don't want none of that. We got cream brulee. We got caramel macchiato. Look, we got another caramel. As far as these creamers, what's in your cup, honey? Okay, okay. Fruit gummy queen got some cold water with her meal. Caffeine. Okay, that's how. I'm gonna stick to coffee. English toffee. Ooh, y'all like sweets. Y'all like sweets. Chobani, vanilla creamer. Good morning. We see you kicking it with Court, trending at some point. All of the content creators, welcome, welcome, welcome. I got another hazelnut. That's the way. I like it. And all of you health fanatics, y'all, they just drinking black coffee. How boring. How boring. Give me 1 second. Oh, black coffee is just so boring. I know, I know. We got any other black dark roast and black. Ooh, child. Mm. I think people that drink black coffee like to fight. I think y'all got them hands. I really do because black. Who else drinking black coffee? Who else drinking black coffee? I kid you not. Fruit Gumby Queen. Listen, she said, "Oh, the squeezables. Listen, it don't even sound right. It don't even sound right. Squeezing some. Listen, people that drink coffee, I think y'all got hands. I really do. I think y'all drink that coffee, you get wired up and you can fight. I think you be the ones in traffic riding on the back of people's bumpers, blowing your horn and shit. I really do. Let me find out. Let me do a little research study and a little survey and find out that survey says that the queen is correct. But anywho, welcome to Wednesday morning corporate segment. Baby, we go all in when it comes to corporate America. Of course, we start off with the word of the day, and the word of the day belongs to you. That's the cool part. So I'm just going to ask you all, if you are in the office, honey, and if you're at your cubicle, I want you to drop a heart. I want you to drop a heart if you're at your cubicle. I want to say hi to all my cubicle queens because, they can't really talk too loud because they got nosy ass coworkers. So they got to have their headphones on, y'all, but we got to work with them in the chat. We got to work with them. I want all of my cubicle queens to drop a heart. We ain't forgot about y'all. We ain't forgot about you. Now, if you are in your car and if you are headed to the office, honey, I want you to go ahead, if you can, hit that horn. There they go. There they go. There they go. Now, don't be all up on somebody's bumper now. We don't want all that kind of drama. We don't want all that kind of drama. Venus says her husband drinks his coffee black with 3 sugars. Listen, do he got hands? Okay, never mind, because you said sugar. You said sugar. Okay. Okay. We got Cube Kings. We got Cube Kings up in here. Snatched by Diego says he's a Cube King. Let me ask you this, Snatched by Diego, because we know you can't say it out loud. Type it in the chat. Do you like your cubicle roommates? Type it low, because we don't want HR coming in there. We do not want HR coming in there, escorting you out like the FBI.
FBI, open up!
We don't want.
FBI, open up!
So type it in there. Cube King, do you like your cubicle roommates? Y'all, do you like your cubicle roommates? Are they cool, or you be trying to put shit up where they can't see in your office? I mean, in your cubicle, you ain't even trying to look that way. I see you, the Asset Noir. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And then to my people that work from home, listen, how y'all doing? I know y'all got on y'all pajamas. I know y'all. Okay, let me ask you this. Do y'all really get fully dressed? Those of you that work from home?
Bruh.
Do y'all really get fully dressed that work from home? So we didn't said hello and good morning to the Cube Kings and Queens. We've said hello to those of you that are that have I'm gonna say the the privilege of working from home. What about those of you that's riding your car? I mean, not riding your car, but commuting to work. Commuting to work. Oh, y'all off. Oh, shit. What? They are off, y'all. They off. They off today for Juneteenth. Okay, now Diego has answered. He said only one that's barely here, and she be eating some stanky ass beef jerky. You know what? I'm not gonna go there with you. It's too early. Listen, oh my God. Trini at some point said she does not get fully dressed when working from home. Okay. They said nope. They do not. I knew it. I knew y'all did. I'm finna call y'all's workplaces and let them know that y'all not getting dressed like them people told y'all to and like y'all are supposed to. But before we do, let's go ahead. Never. What? Y'all are just acting a damn fool. But listen, before we get into the corporate segment, I want to check in with everybody off today. Okay, everybody's off today. Well, I want to check in really quick to see how everybody is doing. And I want you to drop the one word. If you're new to the Wednesday morning coffee talk corporate segment, welcome. This is what we do, y'all. We get you ready for all things corporate America, mental health, financial health, and also health and just health and well-being overall. Drop one word in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling or how you're trying to feel at the end of today's segment. Oh, T. Marie, they say the government let them off. She said, Queen, today is a government holiday for some of us. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. I love it. Okay. All right. Let's see what we feeling here. Celebrate it. The Asset New Art coming in positive, honey. She's feeling celebrational. We got Refreshed by Peaches and Cream. We got Relaxed by Miss Sugar Sweet. We got Excited by Karen Ritchie. Who else? Who else? Reality 419. You feeling here? Let me know if I missed it. Let me know if I missed it, yeah. Powerful is feeling awesome. We got Relaxed. Okay, now you know I can't pronounce that name. Bridge Lastraps. Let me move on to the next one. Shayla is feeling inspired. Blessed by Cheryl Canada. We got another inspired by Deborah Valentine. Concrete Rose is feeling peaceful. We got energetic, y'all. We got relaxed. Tiffany coming in with thankful. Yes, we got another. Y'all feeling relaxed. Oh, you're off today. We got motivated. We got happy by Ramel. We got favor by Inez. We got another bless, y'all. Drop it in the chat. What we feeling? What we feeling today? Appreciate it. Oh, somebody kissed the boy. Somebody kissed the boy because they're feeling appreciated, honey. Kicking it with Court is feeling free. Baby, ain't nothing like feeling free. Courtney, you're gonna have to tell us more about that. We got protective. Protective. Okay, that's a different one. That's a different one. But listen, let me ask y'all something. Hold on, let me catch up with my thoughts. We got light. Okay, 41 Fit is feeling knowledgeable. Look at them, y'all, coming in with these strong words. Truly T is feeling covered. We got empowered times 10. Look, I'm rolling with it, baby. If you name it, I'll claim it. I absolutely love the words of the day. And that's what we try to do, y'all. That's what we aim for, leaving you better than how we found you. Keep dropping those positive words in the chat. And for those of you that got up on the wrong side of the bed, get your ass back in and get up again. You get one time around this world, you better act like you know who you are and whose you are. We got mellow coming in. We got special. We got all of these positive words. And I hope those of you that are feeling relaxed, that you have a hell of a day today. Desirable. Ooh, what's in your cup? You drinking black coffee? Snatched by Diego. Are you drinking that black coffee over there? Listen, we got grateful. These are some really good words that are coming through. Blessings by Coach CP, productive. I love it. All right, we are going to shift. Thank you all for sharing. We're going to shift into the financial segment. It's just really quick. And we want to talk about the financial wellness tip of the week. I'm going to drop it in the chat. MJNA. Google it. MJNA. Medicinal marijuana. If you haven't already, look, I ain't telling you to smoke nothing. Let me finish. Let me finish. MJNA. That is the financial wellness of the tip, medicinal marijuana. Yep. I didn't say go smoke it. I want you to go buy it. That's the stock ticker. Okay. I want you to go buy it. I've owned stock in this company for over 15 years. I have 24,000 shares. It's priced at a price point where you can load up and fund your future. So when it hits, it's too late. Oh, damn. She said it's too late. I see, I didn't tell you to smoke it. I said go buy it. Go buy it. You're welcome, right now. She says, thank you, Queen, for the coffee. I always miss it. What'd you get? What'd you get? So listen, over 15 years ago, it could be 17, I purchased this stock and I've owned it and I'm holding it. One day it is going to blow up. It's medicinal marijuana. If you haven't already, you want to get as many shares as possible. And it's priced at an affordable price point. I ain't say no gummies and no brownies. MJNA. M as in Michael, J as in James, N as in Nancy, A as in Apple. I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to put it on the screen. Hold on. You want to own it. You want to own hold on, as many as you can. I have 24,000 shares. I bought them a long time ago. I sure did. MJNA. And right now today, oh, I know it ain't. It's priced at zero. It's priced at 0.16. Take $200, buy as much as you can. It's on the screen. You got it? Stock name, medicinal marijuana. MJNA. MJNA. Good to know. Yep. MJNA. All right. We're going to move on. Stock. It's stock. Buy it up. Now it's going to take a while now because there's still some states that it has not been legalized, but I've been holding it for quite some time. You're absolutely welcome. Protect your pieces. Thank you for the stock tip. It's affordable. Now it's risky because it's penny stock, but I just saw somebody in the chat that says, I smoke my medicinal marijuana for my depression, anxiety, and PTSD. We know it's legal in Las Vegas. We know it's legal in Colorado, California, other states. This is when I think it's going to go off. This is when I think it's going to be set off. The day that it becomes legal, let me tell you, hold on, follow me. The day that it becomes legal in the state of Texas,
Oh my God!
baby, I think it is going to soar because Texas is a conservative state. We're red, baby. The day it becomes legal in Texas, I'm cashing in. DK Flow says, thanks, Queen. I'm into crypto, but I'm jumping on this for this price. And it goes up and down. It goes up and down. It's gotten up to $1 before. So go ahead and get as many as you can and then set it so that it automatically sells at the price that you can make a really good profit. In order to make a really good profit, y'all, you gotta buy as much as you can. So if you got $200, $300, $400, $500 laying around, go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Mrs. Boss Chick says, thank you, Queen. My 24-year-old is heavy into stocks. Listen, I also own cannabis, hemp. I own a lot, and I just be sitting back waiting. Also, lithium. Lithium is a good stock to invest in for batteries. Lithium, and any type, like anyone, just type in lithium. Different. But today we're focused on MJNA. I don't really too much use apps. I'm old school. Now I do have Robinhood, and I was able to come up off of AI stock. Ooh, that one was good. I was able to come up off of that, but I used to use I forgot the name of it because somebody bought it out. I'm gonna have to look on my phone, child. But I got a lot of them. Okay, silver, lithium is a good one. Um, New Orleans Diva 504 says she's in bed listening six more weeks of her 8 weeks of vacay. Listen, get your butt up and go make your coffee. All right. So we are moving on. We're going to move on to the wellness portion of the show really quick. We're going to give you the wellness tip for the week. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? All right. The wellness tip of the week is to be quiet. Hush. Some of y'all need to hush and be quiet. And I'm not talking about pausing. There is a difference. Be quiet because some of you are creating your own crazy. That's the wellness tip for the rest of the week. I just want you to be quiet and ask yourself in certain situations, why am I talking? The acronym is WAIT. Why am I talking? Because some of you say too much and you put your foot in your mouth. And once it's been said, you can't take it back. So from today to the rest of the week, Sunday, I really want you to be purposeful in your silence and ask yourself before you say it, why am I talking? We got it? And Angela Jean says, stop telling everybody your business. That's why I said, be quiet. My grandma used to say, people can't talk about what they don't know. People can't talk about what they don't know. And Tanisha filmed me. She said, I need to be quiet and pause. Listen, which one? Because you put both of them in there. Both of them, Tanisha? Be quiet, y'all. Some of y'all doing way too much. Way too much. Just hush, hush, just hush. Good morning, fruit gummy. Well,
Good, good morning, Queen Sheba. How you doing this morning?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I'm so excited for your show this morning. When I tell you I have been working and I know in the palace I'm gonna get my cup filled up. You can't tell my voice a little tired.
You got your car. Oh, you got that. Never mind. You got that squeeze stuff.
Listen, you better leave my water enhancer alone.
And listen, she gonna come up in here with a cup of water and something that she's squeezing that y'all. Talking about she excited for the show. Girl, if you don't go get you some coffee.
Oh, Queen Sheba, you're so funny. That coffee be tearing my little tummy up.
Oh, it does.
It does. You know what? I had this real, I forgot what a blend it was, but I was working with this guy one time and I know he was from Colombia and he would always tell me about like this like roast he had. And so I tried some, I was trying to halfway be cute. So I'm over here
Mhm.
drinking this strong coffee. When I tell you it took a good 15 minutes and I had to go home for the day.
Oh, it might be too strong for you. I feel you. Don't let me walk you up into a haphazard, honey. You know what works for you. Listen, you know what works for you. Don't let me walk you up into something you can't get out of. All right, listen. Jay Taylor, see Jay says I'm right. He says, "Good morning, Queen. My mom just told me be a man of few words. Thank you." Listen, I kid you not. That's y'all's wellness tip of the week. Be quiet and ask yourself before you say it, why am I talking? Why am I about to say this? That's what I want to give you for the wellness tip. What do you think about that fruit gummy?
I think that is perfect advice. I think sometimes we can put too much energy into things. We get to run in our mouths and then we disturb our peace. So, like you said, safety in the pause, but also be quiet. Be quiet. It's stillness and quiet. You get to figure things out a little better.
You know who should have been quiet? And I'm not gonna stay on this, but I'm gonna do a drive by real quick.
load the clip, Queen Sheba.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a drive by real quick and then I'm gonna start my truck and I'm gonna move the hell along. Destiny, your therapist should have been quiet. Let me take my truck and get out of here.
Hmm.
Ma'am,
Listen, forget a drive by. You might need a cul-de-sac run on that one because
listen. That lady should have been real quiet. She should have asked herself 1,000 times again, why am I talking? Oh, welcome
hmm.
to the stage, the Aset Noir. Good morning. I got my priority panelists up here, y'all. The Aset girl, how you doing today?
I said you talk too much and you
Hey, you
never
never
shut up.
shut up. Hey, you talk.
Good good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We are talking about the wellness tip of the day. Be quiet. Hirsch. What are your thoughts?
You say it all the time. Pause. Don't say anything. Zip it. Hold it. Keep it. Shut up.
Oh, She said, "Shut up."
Respectfully.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Listen, ladies, we're about to transition, if it's all right with you, into the corporate segment, honey, because that's what they're here for. Are y'all ready for the corporate segment of the show? You know, the said, and Fruit Gummy was here last week, and baby, we gave y'all some really, really good tips. Is everybody ready? I think they are, y'all. I think they are. Listen, first of all, let me follow up with Janice. Janice, how did your job interview go? Do y'all remember Janice came up last week? Janice, we would love to know how your interview went. Okay. If you don't mind sharing. All right. Snatched by Diego says the guy on a balloon popper YouTube show should have been quiet when those women were saying no, thank you. Oh, yeah. Yes. You see what I'm saying? Shut up. Let them give you feedback. That's what you're there for. Real quick, what do y'all think about people that cannot take feedback? That gotta have the last word.
They gonna always tear up their own behind. Because if you can't take constructive, especially constructive criticism, I'm gonna just give it to you plain. That's foolish behavior, and you gonna trick yourself out of a blessing, or opportunity, and your spot. And now look at the Ninja Turtle.
All
Agree.
right.
I definitely agree. You miss opportunities because you don't take the time to listen, to hear. You're just listening to respond. And if you're always talking, you can't glean anything from anyone.
All right. We got a lot of people coming in. Karen Ritchie said that's pride. She feels like it's pride. Reality 41. Okay, I got what you're saying, reality. I got what you're saying. Yeah, that guy. There's a guy, you know, the balloon popping game. I don't know if y'all have seen it on social media. Well, this guy goes in, and of course, the women are popping their balloons, y'all, because they weren't interested for whatever reasons. And some girls were actually interested, but they became uninterested after he handled the other women a bit roughly, verbally, right? And he was just going toe to toe, toe to toe. Every time somebody would say, I'm not interested, he would have something smart to say. Well, child, his ex-girlfriend came out to speak to say he's always been problematic. He's always run his mouth like that. He's always been a tit for tat type of guy. And they done found out where this man worked and got his ass fired. Now, here's my thing. Here's my thing. Sir, they didn't fire you because of the dating show, because you really didn't curse anybody out. You didn't like do anything unethical. They fired you. They've been waiting to fire you, in my opinion. They've been waiting to fire you, and you just gave them a reason. That's what I feel like.
I agree with you, Queen Sheba, because he said he was like, a plumber, so that's pretty much independent work. So they've just been kind of looking for looking for a reason.
Yeah, he probably has a smart ass mouth. They can't tell him nothing on the job. He's probably confrontational, like he was with those ladies, and they've been looking for a reason. And guess what? Thank you, because you talk too much. You just gave us a technicality to get rid of you. Well, listen, corporate segment. Last week I talked about an article that Forbes magazine wrote, and it's called Why Being Thin Could Actually Translate into a Bigger Paycheck for Women. And we talked about, let me go back. And let me summarize the article. It says that very thin women earned approximately $22,000 more than their average weight counterparts. So women who were very thin out earned average weight women by $22,000. And then thin women earned a little bit over $7,000 more than the average weight counterparts. Heavy and very heavy women lost over $9,000 and almost 19,000 respectively than their average weight counterparts. Y'all, there is a thin bias in corporate America. Okay, why are we here today? We want to talk about utilizing your appearance, not your weight, utilizing your appearance to position yourself for growth within the corporate American segment. This is for both men and women. Dressing, behaving, where you're headed and not where you are. Let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on the article, the Asset Noir?
Unfortunately, in the times that we have today, appearance is everything, literally. And there are biases based on weight, and what society deems as beautiful. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But again, that's where we live in a society that dictates that.
Yep, y'all. It's facts. Listen, there are so many hidden rules in corporate America. So you saying that ain't right, that they can get a lawsuit. They don't give a damn. They've been doing this for a long time. The article says thinner women make more money. Okay. And we also talked about heavier men are perceived to be smarter within the realms of corporate America. What are your thoughts, Fruit Gummy?
I would agree. I would also like to add a caveat to that. I would have loved to see a breakdown also by race demographic, because that also does have an impact when you look at the makeup of corporate America. But I do agree. There are a lot of biases regarding your appearance. And I do want to preference this by saying I am a heavier set woman myself. And so again, like you said, because you're coming up against those biases, there are a lot of other ways that you have to be aware of and carry yourself so that you can push past that bias, and you can, when it comes to demonstrating your work value.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. I love how you put that out there. So, y'all, there is a way. If they won't let you in the door, then you go behind the wall. See, I don't believe in a such thing as no when it comes to corporate America. They told me no. They told you no. So figure out how to get in. And the first way to figure out how to get in is by improving your appearance. I don't care where you work. If you have to wear a uniform, make sure it is tight, it is right. And what I mean by tight, not form fitting. It's clean, you good to go, you not wrinkled. And I know this sounds so elementary, but y'all will be shocked how people will show up and expect to be promoted. Unfortunately, it is not fair. We live in a very biased world where people are judging you based on your appearance. So, we're going to talk about ways that you can show up and show out as you position yourself for success within corporate America. What comes to mind for you, the Asset Noir? If you could give one tip for women when it comes to positioning themselves for success by way of appearance, what would you say?
Be clean and neat. Be very polished and manicured. You don't have to have the labels, you don't have to have designer clothes on. But if you're neat and polished, meaning your fingernails are clean, just a simple manicure, like you said previously, your clothes are tight, meaning they're pressed and they're just neat and they fit correctly. Um, when you show up, you can have on jeans and a t-shirt and look stunning.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Joy. When it comes to your appearance, what tip can you offer women in corporate America? Because you're in HR
Mm-hmm.
that would
Mm-hmm.
really help them to accelerate in corporate America.
I will say go out and get you some business casual clothing. Well, first I'll start by this. Study your environment. So when you go into your environment, don't look at you look at what position you want to be at. Study how does the mid managers and even the executives, how do they dress? And try to incorporate elements of that into your appearance. It's psychological, y'all. People they gravitate to things that feel similar to them. And so buy you a blazer. Going back to what Set Noir said, look professional and look clean. That looks really nice. Try to tone down on any heavy makeup. But the tip I would definitely give you is study how your manager and your leaders dress, and try to take an element away from that and incorporate it into your style.
All right. Royal D15, when it comes to corporate America and setting yourself up for success, if you could give women one tip as it relates to their appearance, what would you offer?
Well, first, I would want to say that I was in a leadership development program when I first started out my career in HR. And that's one of the things that we were taught was that people judge you within 60 seconds from, the way you look, the way you speak, even from the way you write a email. So I agree with the last person who just spoke about studying your environment. And also, one of the things that I always did was like I made sure I had like a nice statement necklace, not too overdone, but I always had like jewelry to pull like my outfit together, but not nothing that was dangling or clingy or anything of that nature. And I would just say be consistent in your appearance because people do notice when you have an off day. So if you're one person who wears makeup every day and you decide I'm not going to wear makeup, that throws them off. And then as Black women with our hairstyles, um, I have locks. Um, Times have changed. I think before they were kind of looked down upon, but I just think that however you wear your hair, just make sure that it's neat and you will get questions if you change your hairstyle. Did you cut your hair? That leads to another situation altogether. So I would just say from head to toe, your shoes. Some people look good from their head, but when you get to their feet, their shoes may need, they may need to get new shoes or some type of shining done to their shoes. Don't fall off at the shoes, ladies.
All right. Well, thank you, Royal D. Sharon W., same question for you. If you could give one small tip to the ladies that are tuned in as it relates to appearance, what tip would you offer?
One thing I offer when I was in high school, I took sewing one and sewing two class. Our teacher brought in professional people come in our classroom because she see how what we were sewing, and she said one of the ladies who came in our classroom, she was a stylist consultant. A lot of these business people don't know how to dress for their job, and you might have to hire a consultant to for the clothes to fit your body for your job. And with that consultant, they'll also do your shades of color will look good on you. Now, like some people have a tone. You ever seen the tone? The scarf, the different type of the neutral, the winter, and the warm scarves they use on your face. Those things that you might have to do in your
Okay.
corporate job. And then again, I do believe that article is saying about weight. I work for a company, and weight depends on the job you have. If your job making you constantly travel, they don't want to hire somebody overweight because you're going to travel constantly. And they believe that people who, especially women who are overweight, they believe that's health issues.
Hmm. Thank you, Sharon, for sharing. Before I go to Miss Dia, I will say this. Okay, let me go through some of these comments. Hibiscus Rose says, "Can we talk black hair in corporate America?" I will say this because there's just so many variations of hair. We can go down a rabbit hole, and I don't want to do that. I will say this: your braids should not be down to your ass in corporate America. Vacation, yes. I would say no longer than mid back. You know what? Don't argue with me. I'm talking corporate America. And for those of you that are interested in being promoted and you're on a progressive path, don't have your braids down to your booty. I also, let me hold on. B. Taylor says, when you wear designer clothes, it works against you, to be honest. We talked about that last week. And I think Royal D just says she has a nice little statement piece when it comes to her necklace. We talked about that last week. Something simple but stands out to let them know I'm here. And Tory Burkup or whatever it is. But I think you go in there with Louis Vuitton and Gucci and MCMI, whatever, all that. Mm,
They like
okay.
quiet luxury.
Huh?
That's what I said. They like quiet luxury.
Yes. Yes,
Hmm.
but yes, absolutely. Somebody says be mindful of nails. Listen, y'all, them big okay, let me be Mia Dia, welcome. What do you
Welcome. Good
good
morning. Can
morning.
everyone hear me?
We can. We are talking
Per-
corporate America and setting yourself up for success by way of your parents. Because according to the article by Forbes magazine, thinner
okay.
women out earn average weight women by $22,000. Okay. What tip can you offer women that they could utilize to improve their appearance in corporate America?
And see, my experience is different. So, at my heaviest in corporate America, I was killing it. So, I was walking in rooms that a black woman shouldn't have walked in. And in my appearance, on casual days, I can rock jeans, pearls, and a sweater or a cardigan and demand attention. So I've come from an environment where I was thrown in the ocean as either you're going to swim or you're going to sink. At my heaviest, my company sent me all over the world to train, to bring jobs back to another country and so forth. So I kind of disagree with that.
Well, hold on.
But
Let me say this though. I want you to take this in consideration. Even at your best as a black woman, according to the article, there's still a thinner woman outperforming you financially. Even
that
at your best, at the highest, the best treatment they gave you, there's another thinner woman that they were treating better by way of what is it called, y'all? Her earnings.
per earning.
Uh-huh.
So
Based on weight. Mm-hmm.
I
That's what the
I do
article
get
says.
that. So my counterparts, so when we would travel, so I would travel, it would always be for women. So my counterparts, they did make more money than me. Yes. But as far as responsibility, management going in, they couldn't outperform me. So it's kind of like a give and take in this corporate America world. So when you come to the table, when it comes down to our annual reviews, this is where I took the opportunity and say, hey, here's all the things I've accomplished in this year. I did this. I was on this particular project, this project, this project. And that's where I did my most fighting at my annual reviews. So
So
when
if
I
you had
came
to
for my annual reviews, I was prepared. So not only was I dressing the part, I was doing that, but also when it came out to my annual reviews, I geared up a month before. So I kept track of all my successes. So when we came to the table and we started talking about money, okay, but here's all the things I've done this year.
let me
Here's
ask
what
you
you
this, Mia,
throw me
Mia.
at.
Hold on, Mia, before you go there about the money.
Okay.
Let me ask you this again. What tip would you give women for their appearance? Because the appearance got to get you to the table to even talk about the money, right? So when we're thinking
So
about the article, and if I'm sorry, y'all, sorry about that. If we talk about the article, where thinner women, according to this research that they've done, make way more money than average weight women, even though we think we're at this is the most we've ever made. What tip would you give to the women that are listening
okay,
as far as their
I'm
appearance?
listening to the question. So let me answer the question. So my tip is as a heavier woman, when I went to interview, I had thinner women that were applying for the same position that I was applying at. When I came to that interview, I came dressed to the T. I came with a two-piece suit on, heels, pantyhose, like I was someone off the street, not comfortable. And I was able to get the job than my thinner counterparts. So that would be my tip.
Okay,
Always
okay.
come prepared.
Hmm.
Dress for the job you don't have. Dress for the job that you want to have.
Oh. She said it. Did y'all hear that? Dress for the job that you are aiming for, y'all. We're behaving where we're going, not where we are at. Let's pause on that. Let me go to the next question. What do y'all think? Let me get the chat's reaction to that. Like somebody said, they said overworked, underpaid. Y'all, so what I'm saying, What I read to you is a research study that they did, and Forbes magazine shared the results. Okay. Ain't that crazy that as African Americans, we think we're making the most that we've ever made in our lives and we're being treated fairly. And then somebody else, because of their weight, is making probably. How is it false, sir? Okay, what's false? You got to come up here now because I can't. Okay, you know what? Pause.
Queen Sheba.
Uh huh.
Can I say something? What I observe at the company I work for,
Yeah.
um, what I observe is black women who is plus size, as the young lady said before, is how you dress. Black women do dress professionally more than the white counterparts plus size women does. And my observation, white men mm, least likely hire a plus size white woman, the company I work for, but I did see them hire more women, black women with more meat on the bones, and because they come more professional dressed and they know their stuff. So I think it's depends on the person interviewing, but I do believe what I saw in my company I work for.
All right. Well, thank
You
you for
know,
sharing that. And y'all, this is a research study. This has been around for years, right? So it don't matter how we feel about it. We're getting the numbers and the percentages, and they're letting us know. Let me get to Angel Nicole about the tip, and then I see you some dude. Give me 1 second. Angel Nicole, what tip would you offer? Or what are your thoughts about the tips that we've offered women for improving their appearance in order to progress in corporate America? What are your thoughts?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm so happy to be here. I've never jumped on, this portion of it. I'm always usually in the bushes, but you've probably seen me comment every so now and again. And me and my mother both love your channel. And I just want to say, as someone that's been in corporate America over 20 years, I'm 46. All the tips that you guys are giving is spot on. It rings so true, especially the one that you guys did last Wednesday when you were giving all those interviewing tips. It's fabulous. This rang true for me 20 years ago. I remember I was 25, maybe a little younger, and I went for an interview. I had a female interviewer, and even at that young age, I had excellent credentials, excellent skills. I bought my first house when I was 24, and even coming in the door with all of that, she couldn't stop complimenting me on my outfit, almost to the point that it was a bit uncomfortable because I'm thinking, well, I'm more than just my clothes. And but nevertheless, I know for a fact I got the job because of my outfit. She just could not stop talking about it. So I know that what you wear is important. And it might sound a little bit vain, but I think that that's just the surface level of it. The tip about being crisp and polished, even if it's just jeans and a t-shirt. My mom taught me when I was very young, no matter where you go, you look your best. I don't care what you have on. And so that always rang true for me. And I was in a lunch and learn a few years ago, and even though it was a high level position, they were talking about just how to dress. And then someone just kind of pointed me out of the crowd, and I was so embarrassed. Could you please stand up? This is a great example of how you should dress. And it was just some khakis. It was the khakis on my work shirt, but I guess it was just how I presented it. And so I just wanted to
Oh
say that
boy.
it's so important how you present yourself, because I think that when you don't dress a certain way or when you're wrinkled and things like that, it kind of shows laziness and it shows that you don't care. So I don't want to go on and on and on. I just want to say that these tips are wonderful, and I can attest personally that they're all true.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up and sharing and then giving specific examples along with your experience. We appreciate it. And tell your mom we said hello.
Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing. You guys are wonderful, truly. And anytime I need inspiration, or if I'm having I have bad days too. And if anytime I need to pick me up, I just come to your channel. I really do. So thank you again for what you're doing.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure. Some dude, you said that's not true. I'm lying. You got the floor.
What's going on? Good morning. Excuse me for a
Good
second.
morning.
Yeah, but like what she was saying, I mean, like, come on, I see it every day. I've been in corporate, I do cyber side, I see what happens on the executive side. I'm the guy to go to because nothing works unless I'm there.
So what do
But
you
that
do in corporate America so that they can give
do
people understanding?
cybersecurity, and I'm a Cisco engineer.
Okay.
But what she's saying, that's cool if you're in sales, you got a lot of meetings, but sometimes it doesn't work like that. It counts on the job description and the genre you're in. So that's kind of false to me. Like if I'm working in a data center, like $1,000 outfit is not doing nothing because I'm nobody's seeing me.
But where did
You
you get a
know,
$1,000 outfit from the article?
I'm just saying the way like I worked in a lot of. I had a job working somewhere on Wall Street, and
Mhm.
one of the main prerequisites was fashion. Because
Oh,
everybody's coming from London, and they very fashion conscious. And I was sunning them all, getting all the fly stuff because they look at New York for all the fashion tips. But I was like, this ain't it. It's like I'm concentrating more on fashion and how I look than actually doing the job. And that's where everything starts to go awry.
okay. Okay. So you don't believe that thinner women out earn average
No,
women? You
nah,
don't?
not at
You
all.
think
Not at
Forbes
all.
made it up?
Well, in certain I don't know. That's a slippery slope. That's real slippery. Like if you a fitness company and you going to do some sales with something that says lose weight and you show up 300 pounds, yeah, that's not gonna work. So you got to pick your poison, to be honest.
Okay, that's
But
fair.
yeah, thanks for letting me up, man. I gotta go. I'm trying to go swimming right now.
All right, well, go swimming and make sure
Hmm.
you keep us safe with that
Yeah, thanks for
cybersecurity.
letting me up, sweetheart. You have a wonderful day. All right.
Okay, you too. Thank you for coming up. That was very nice of him to come up and share his thoughts openly. We appreciate it, y'all. Everybody's welcome. And he kind of laid it
Yeah.
out why he don't believe it and he feels like the proof is in the pudding by way of work. Bridget, what are your thoughts? Welcome.
Hey Queen, hey Chad.
Hey.
I this is my first time up, always in the bushes, but I did want to comment on this because I've been a nurse for quite some time. So with that being said, I've always worked at a higher level, whether that's director or whatever. And one thing that I noticed that being black in America, unfortunately, when you're shapely, you have to wear loose fitting clothing. So say for instance, I'm shaped like Jessica Rabbit. And there's another lady, who may be a little bit smaller. My suit may be fitting like bow, but I can't wear that. Although, hey, I'm not, God made me this way. I have to get my suit a little bit looser because it's frowned upon when when you have all these curves and you're wearing something that truly fit, not tight, but fit. So you always, in my opinion, have to size up. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but unfortunately, white America can't deal with these curves. In my opinion, Queen.
No, thank you for sharing. You know what? I've seen a lot of controversy around form fitting clothes. My recommendation, listen, ladies that look good, and you can go to the office and put on anything. And I'm gonna just say less what is it, spandex and
Hmm.
corporate Imma say less spandex, and not because we hating on you, and not because you don't look good, and not all of that y'all be saying, but listen, when we're talking about promotion and progression, you gotta play the game by way of appearance. Or if you choose to go that route, my recommendation would be to layer up. What are your thoughts, Dia?
I think investing in a really good tailor will help you. Period. If you have something that might be a little too tight for corporate or the professional world, you go to a tailor, which is at your local dry cleaners. They can take it out, or put a dart in, or pinch it, or cinch it in, or whatever. But if you invest in a tailor, $20 to cinch in a jacket, or to let out some pants, that probably would be your best investment.
Okay, but look, what about for those that they're not there yet financially and can't really, maybe not afford it yet? What would you say?
um you still can go to the Goodwill. Honestly, you
For a
can find
tailor?
some. Well, not for a tailor. I'm just saying to go get a suit. So you may not. So for instance, you may only have $50, right? Period, to just put your look together.
Mm,
Um,
okay, okay. Mhm.
and go to the Goodwill, find something that you like. If it doesn't fit, you spend the $10 for the suit and then go spend the $30 at the tailor and
Oh,
have that as your one professional suit. And mix and match, mix up your blouses, your neck scarves, your jewelry. You can take that one suit and make it 10 different ways for 10 different things, um, on a budget, because like you said, not everyone has the capacity or the resources or the finances to do that. So with my tip earlier, just be clean and crisp, but you don't have to break the bank to do it.
awesome. Excellent advice. It's Lika says, Queen, this booty gonna do what it's gonna do, no matter the material. Listen, now that takes us back to the article. When they say thinner women outperform average size women when it comes to their earnings. Is that booty doing what it's doing because it's doing that, or is that booty doing what it's doing because of what you get what I'm saying? And look, I know black women, most of us are pretty shapely when it comes to our aesthetics, beautifully shaped. But is there any room for improvement? Fruit Gummy, I know you wanted to get in.
Thank you, Queen. I agree with the tip that you gave earlier about wearing not form fitting clothes. And my rule of thumb is that if you have something that is a little bit not form fitting but tighter, don't wear another a piece of tight clothing. Whether you can go and purchase an outfit, whether it's from Neiman Marcus or from the Goodwill, I understand not everyone may have the financial resources. So the tip that Queen Sheba gave about it's okay to layer up, that is a really good tip to have, especially if you are a curvier woman, a heavier set woman, or even a thin woman. That goes back to that looking clean, looking professional, and looking put together.
Y'all, don't sleep on Amazon. Don't sleep on Amazon. Amazon has managed to get in the game when it comes to work. And you ain't got to just be like all uncomfortable. And we want you to be you, but we're talking about, they so silly to my that booty gonna do what it's gonna do. But we want to just give you these unspoken rules in corporate America that we're often not privy to. It is a game. I don't know about the men. I see some dude says men don't have that problem. Chris, that's true. Shaved, a nice shirt, nice slacks. But when it comes to black women, yeah, we're already at a disadvantage when it comes to pay equity, getting our foot in the door. So we're just talking getting your foot in the door before you get to the money. That's a whole other different topic, if that makes sense. Um, Let me think. Let me pause for a second and see what other questions we have. Simone Walthy says they want you to be classy, but not fabulous. There is a difference between being classy and not fabulous. Joy, can you break it down in 30 seconds or less?
Yes, being classy means you are tasteful, tailored, and polished. Fabulous means that you are very loud and vibrant in your clothing in a way that's considered off putting in a corporate setting.
Did y'all catch that? Off putting. Listen, I know we're throwing some things at you and you're like, hell no, that's not fair. It's not, but that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Let me go to the next comment. Some people believe that self care reflects health and an ability to do something. Inventory your looks in the mirror with the 360 view. That's Thames 308. The Asset Noir. In 30 seconds or less, can you break it down how self care reflects health and an ability to perform in corporate America?
Sure. Self care is when you really take the time to invest in yourself and it reflects from the inside out. So, just a basic or simple example, get ample sleep. When you have ample rest, when you wake up, your face looks rested. You look refreshed versus, going off of maybe 30 minutes or 2 hours worth of rest the night before. You're going to look drained, tired, sleepy. So self care starts with just the basics: rest, relax, release.
Thank you for that. I once saw this. Man, I saw some advice before in corporate America, and it completely knocked me off my feet. And some of you are going to disagree, but I'm about to tell you since you're talking about self care. I saw a quote that says, never talk about your health at work unless it's good.
Correct.
Who said that?
I did.
Tell us why, Sharon. Can you give us 30 seconds or less and elaborate a little bit more why you said right?
Like I said, when my other job, the white man did not hire um, oversized white women because they had to travel, and and one lady who was there before he got there, and he was getting trained. She had health issues, and she told him everything about her health issues because due to her travel, it made her health get worse. And that's when, in his head, plus size women should be doing this type of job, and that's why he won't hire them. But
Okay.
he will hire the black plus size women because they didn't complain. They still look polished, everything else, did their job and everything else. So that's probably what he got that mindset from. But you do talk about your health. You do talk about, and I do. And you do talk about your health, what's going on with you. They looking at dollar signs. How many days? How many days gonna be off? How many? When you gonna be on taking leave? On taking FBLA, all that stuff. They're looking at dollar signs when you talk about your health.
All right. Thank you for sharing. Listen, y'all, I know. When I saw it, I was like, people talk about their health all the time. I'm sick. I this. I got to go take my medicine. Da, 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 da. The doctor said, listen, do not. From here on out, that's right. You are a liability, and they're not going to say it. And oh, I can't even say what I want to say because these are confidential meetings. But listen, do not talk about your health at work if it's not good. You can talk about the marathon you're running. You could talk about how you're meal prepping. Don't you ever talk about anything that's adversarial when it comes to your health. Thank me later. Thank me later. The set real quick. What's your thoughts?
Agree. Absolutely. When you have someone that is always calling in sick or always just huffing and puffing, um, on the corporate level in upper management, we look at that as like we don't, this the liability. We don't want the person to because of their health get sick on the job because it opens up a whole different level of exposure for us to have to accommodate them.
And then you're heavy on their plan, y'all, when it comes to their medical plan. See, when corporations they're covering you from a health insurance perspective, right? And when they go back to renew that contract with that carrier, they're looking at catastrophic claims, they're looking at chronic conditions, and they're looking at who's costing them the most when it comes to preventive chronic care and all of that, prescription meds. And that's when you are considered a high cost claimant. Why would you announce that? Make them go find that in their health plan and how it's performing. They do not like high cost claimants. You become a liability. You become a liability. You become a liability. Don't talk about your health at work. And with that being said, it's Lika. Welcome to the stage.
Good morning, Queen. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. So this is my first time up. I love your show. Thank you for having me up. I agree with a lot of the things a lot of the women and some of the men are saying. I would also like to know the demographics of the study, meaning by race, not weight, because I think is you'll see that, and when I say others, meaning white women, are probably the ones that are making more because that's how it's always been set up. They're just changing the wording by not using race and using weight instead. A lot of us Black women are more curvy and we can't wear a lot of the same things some of the other, very thin women can wear, such as myself in my office. I've seen some women wear leggings, something I know my booty I can't wear to work. I wouldn't want to wear it either, but that's just a personal preference. But I've seen like some of the clothing some of the white women that they are able to wear, and I could never. I get so many stares, and it looks different because of all of our curves and how our bodies are made. Now, when you say weight, weight can look differently on a lot of different people. Dependent, it all depends on height and a lot of other things. Because when I tell people my weight, I don't look like I weigh that much. But I mean, it just you know what I'm saying. It varies. I just would like to know a little bit more detail about how this is broken down instead of weight. I'd rather see it by race because we see
So
the real deal then.
okay, so let me answer that for you. And I'm gonna give y'all something. And this is just based on what I do. From a product perspective, white people are very, very hesitant to include race in a lot of studies. Number one, because white people don't like giving up their race in these studies. So, oftentimes, about 90% of the time, you will not see race as a factor, as an identifier that's included in a demographic on the dashboard. They're not going to give you that because white people have more of an adverse reaction to disclosing their race than black people. And I know this for a fact because I be in the rooms pushing for race so that we can really dig deeper into the insights and the data, and they do not like it. It's a very taboo subject for them, so they did not break it down by race. We can assume that they are, when they say heavier women, that they're talking about black women, but there's some heavy white women in corporate America
There
too.
are,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not as many as there are black women.
I it depends on where
I
you
think it
go.
all depends,
There are.
right? It just depends.
Yeah, it depends on what yeah, there are. It's in the they are. Trust me. I've seen and I'm not talking I'm there are. Let me ask the other ladies because I that's just me from what I've seen. Have y'all seen heavier white women in corporate America panel?
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Lika, what field are you in?
I am in the automotive sector where I we make like trans we I order transmission components for, a lot of automotive companies. I mean, I've worked in a couple different sectors. It's just when you see from what I've seen, you see a lot of thin white women in upper management. You don't see heavy set women. I haven't seen a lot of heavy set women, whether they're white or black, in upper management. It's either white males or thin white females.
You are on site, right? Let me break it down for you. I'm glad she's saying that. You go into an office to a corporate setting, correct? On site where you have to be there on the premises.
Yes.
Right. She's absolutely correct. In most settings, you probably won't see heavier white women in leadership positions on site. But let me tell you where you will see them virtually. And if you ever have a team meeting, you'll be like, oh, and y'all meet up at some part of the country. That's how they get into those roles and defy the odds by way of the statistics and this article and the research because of the virtual settings where you can only see the head to the shoulders in
Mm-hmm.
interviews and things like that.
Yep,
So
because it's all about appearance.
yes,
Gotcha.
yep, yep. Any thoughts, any comments from the panel?
I'm gonna say one thing for some of the people who dressing and everything else. Another thing my mom always taught me and my sister is mismatch. That means you can go to JCPenney, Kmart, Walmart, and buy different outfits for different things to match your clothes in. So also look at catalogs. There are a lot of people on YouTube now, or Instagram, are doing business setting clothes. But corporate America used to have a dress code, so follow your dress code for the company.
Great advice, Sharon. A woman was kind enough to teach me many years ago of the I want to think of the right word, how to balance how to balance things out when you dress. So we're telling you about y'all. This is not us shunning anyone. This is us giving you some research that you wouldn't be privy to. You wouldn't be, aware of the behaviors that lies beneath some corporate cultures of what they deem or whom they deem valuable and worthy to be paid. You get it? Instead of praise, worthy to be paid. So we're sharing this with you so that you can get up on your game if you choose to stay where you are, and so that you can reposition yourself and head in the right direction. But there was a woman many years ago that was kind enough, and she was of a different race, to give me some more game. And I took it. What she told me is, this is how you balance it out. Y'all lean in a little bit closer. Ladies, she said, if you're going to show legs, cover your arms. If you're going to show arms, cover your legs. And that'll give you a healthy, beautiful balance. So if you go in legs, whether it's corporate America, whether it's out to the club, whether it's out on a date, if you're going to show the legs, cover the arms. You get what I'm saying? If you're gonna go tube top, then cover the bottom with a long flowy skirt. But she said that's how you create a sophisticated conservative balance with your appearance. Real quick before I go to some dude, because he spun the block on us. That's how we know we cutting up in here. What are your thoughts about a healthy balance? If you're gonna show this, then cover that. Or do y'all think that's old school?
Talking
I
to
agree
me.
with it.
Huh?
So you talking to me?
Oh, the ladies first, and then I'm gonna come to you.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's true. It's true. 'Cause because I said, doing certain class. That's one of the things the lady came to our class to teach us how to, if we want to go into this field of consulting, a stylist consultant,
Hmm.
how to dress certain people in different business. So that's true. What she said, what the woman told you
Okay.
years ago.
Anybody else? The healthy balance. If you're gonna show this, cover that. Ladies, what are y'all's thoughts really quickly? You like it? You never heard of it? That's a bit dated. It doesn't apply. Do you? What are your thoughts?
I agree. And I have heard that before. And it definitely does apply. Like you said, in any setting, have balance.
I agree as well.
Okay. Um, love seeing in her. Dee Star says, yes, that's true. Show styles and spirit. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Here, her story says this is true. My mom's told me that. Y'all, it is true. But do you know how many women and men? I mean, not men. You know how many women, and I ain't gonna even call them young girls, young ladies in their 20s, that you can tell ain't nobody telling them this. And they look beautiful. And you say, damn, if she would have just covered the top, she would have set it off up in here.
Yo, you
But instead,
wildin'. You
go ahead.
wildin', telling mad truths right now. It's crazy. Might hurt a lot of people's feelings. Sorry to interrupt, but
No, go ahead.
yeah, you spitting mad facts right now because let's just put something in more of a binary type of thinking. Like you become females, you become a police officer. You're not picking out a dress every morning. You got to wear your hair in a ponytail. You got to wear this uniform, have this badge and this gun. If you're in the military, ponytail, you wear this uniform. Catholic school, khaki pants and blue shirts. When you get out into the open, everybody get this vanity thing going on in their head. They want to outdo, turns into a pissing contest, and you can sabotage yourself because I've seen it happen many times. Many times, people will be getting so interested on the fashion aspect of going to work because some places is like a fashion show. People gives them something to talk about. But at the end of the day, you make yourself look kind of superficial, I would say. But yeah, that's it. I got no more.
Okay. I think that's what Simone was talking about. Classy versus fabulous. Overdoing it. Enjoy. I can't remember the word you say, off putting.
Mm,
Off putting.
that
Where it
that's a
becomes
whole
off
nother
putting.
subject. What is off putting? What is off putting? Are you
We
offending
basically
somebody?
we're that's what you're saying. Overdoing it. It could be considered
Well, yeah, I've
off
seen
putting.
that a lot.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like when the rule. Like there's certain jobs where you got to take assessment tests to get in. You got screenings, background checks, this, that, and the third. Multiple interviews. It's not just one. It's three. You know, if you lucky, do some remote stuff. You just do a quick Zoom or Teams thing. But when they want you to come in, overkill is crazy because like you show up with jewelry, they're gonna look at you funny. You show up with a nice car, then the boss, they're gonna look at you funny. You got to kind of learn how to tone it down and adapt and conform. because you go in there trying to be like it's a fashion show, it's not going to work out well. You're going to be like, why didn't I get a call back? And this is real as it gets because I'm on the back end with onboarding and offboarding. And I see people with the wildest credentials get turned down or canned because they did something stupid. So all that corporate stuff, it's protocol to it. But you show up late trying to look pretty, you're not going to be there long. And that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Show Styles and Spirit says, I like that Queen Sheba balance with showing some skin. That's great advice. Even on a date. Even on a date. Are you showing up as a wife or are you showing up as a tonight? Angela Nicole 513 says Beyonce has always said that show top, cover the legs, show legs, cover the top. Hold on, let me get through a few more and then okay, Grace Darling says, love that balance of skin showing. It works. It really does work. Because, y'all, we're having this conversation so that you can take your rightful place on the throne. You don't know. And there's a saying that says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Do you ladies feel like the Aset Noir that we have a long way to go when it comes to being knowledgeable and knowing what we should know? Are we behind? Are we trending? Are we up to par? What are your thoughts?
I don't feel like we're behind. And let me qualify the statement. As people of color, we have a natural flair about us anyway. So we lag because we're having to deprogram what is naturally embedded in us, what's innate to us because of our culture. And we're having to assimilate into a culture that is foreign to us. So no, I don't think that we're lagging or lacking or falling behind. It's just the conflict of um, self versus society.
Okay. Thank you. Sharon, do you think we know what we supposed to know? Do you think we're trending in the right direction or are we missing a lot of information that could put us at the forefront of progression? What are your thoughts?
Um, I think my opinion is that they're no longer teaching it, and they're no longer teaching where they used to teach in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Somewhere in the 90s, they stopped teaching the um the progression, including clothing wise. Queen, you mean clothing, dressing?
No, just knowledge, the game of corporate America, the things that we're sharing on a weekly basis, interview tips, things that people may or may
Yeah,
not know. Do you
I I,
think go ahead.
I think they're not no longer teaching it no more. And
Mm,
that means when you teach, back in our day, we were taught this. We were taught in high school, we were taught in college, and you go into the business world. It was taught somewhere in late 90s and 2000. They're no longer teaching it no
mm,
more. They no longer give you the inside when you get into this. When you get into corporate America, this is what it's all about. I knew I was taught in 11th and 12th grade. 'Cause I took business courses. I was taught in college the environment within corporate America
gotcha.
that was taught somewhere, and I do believe because I remember I was mentoring. I was
Mhm.
management. I was mentoring young black people and white people, and they did not understand what I was saying. Because
Got
now it's like it's my style. It's it's
mm,
it's it what made me feel good. It's no longer the environment of the environment of corporate America, environment of working in the office.
gotcha.
You don't tell all your business in office. You're there to work.
All right. Fruit gummy. What are your thoughts?
I would say yes and no, and this is why I'll say yes and no. I think that we have progressed very far in terms of visibility of Black people in certain high management roles, but I do also think there's still a learning curve. Today, we're talking about appearances, but there are other, um, I would say, ways of navigating corporate America that, unless you've actually had the opportunity to be close on those opportunities or be in those positions to actually be able to learn and soak in that knowledge, you're just not going to know. And so that's why I say there's a yes and a no, a kind of a gray area there in terms of where we are.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, all of the panelists, for your feedback and just your answers to that question. Simone Wealthy, welcome. What are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Good morning, Queen. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Pat. This is a wonderful topic. I love it. I love it. I love it. As far as our appearance goes, especially in corporate America, I feel, especially as Black women, mature Black women, we have to pour into our younger Black women and maybe women of our same age on how to present ourselves in these settings, how to dress, how to do those things. A while back, a set noir, she broke it down beautifully. I remember back in the day, my grandmother, everyone around me, was Black nurses, my Sunday school teachers, my mom, they poured into us, you know what I mean? So I think we need to get back into, if we do have young Black women that are near us, daughters or nieces or whomever, we need to start teaching them, even if, they don't ask, but, if we see something, give them some critiques, in a good manner, in a favorable manner, to hopefully they'll be open to listening. But I think all the tips everyone has given are spot on. So this is a great topic, but I just think sometimes we just need to, take some of them under our wing and just pour into them on different things, on all of these points that have been given. So that's all I got.
Oh, excellent advice. And I want to pause there. I want to get a consensus from the audience, because I think you're spot on. But I also think we live in a different world where I'm not so sure the younger, well, they're open to receiving advice and coaching. So let me ask them that are in the audience, younger generation, how do y'all feel about advice that middle-aged women give you? Do you want it only when you're asking? How do you, or like Simone, are you saying, because I heard you say they don't ask. So
Yeah,
mhm,
you have to approach it in a certain way. You got to, fill out the room. You have to fill out, how they're coming, how their energy is, and see if they're going to be receptive, and just, see if they do accept the advice or not. Sometimes you just got to take a chance. Obviously you don't want to, if you see someone's hothead, you might want to back off a little bit until, another time. But if you see, I mean, like, for instance, I remember a couple years ago I was at a school concert, a band concert, and it was a young girl, and I just knew, I said, she doesn't have a mom at home. I could just tell her by the dress that she had on and some of the undergarments, and I just wanted to go over there and talk to her. I mean, not in that setting, of course, but in my head I'm like, gosh, she had someone who was a mother figure, or sister or aunt, that she would have done something a little bit different with her clothing, with her undergarments and whatnot. So it's just, I don't know. We have to do something, because we were all, I mean, not all of us, but I know a lot of us, we had those mothers, grandmothers, aunts, I mean, neighbors. I remember it was a plethora of Black nurses around me, and Sunday school teachers and Black teachers that would tell us, even if sometimes it would be a little harsh, but a lot of times it was with love. If we do it with love, I think they will be receptive to it. Now, you can't be coming over there like no damn Uncle Wanda. You can't be doing that. Okay. Let's get that straight. Okay. You got to do it with love. If you do it with love, they are receptive to, even the hardest of them will be receptive to it, in my opinion.
okay. Miss Mill, M. Mill says this generation doesn't listen to their elders and have to find out the hard way. Miss Chanel says, great advice. I have a nonprofit and I mentor teen girls. They really need us to pour into them. Miss Chanel, how can they get started? What is a good approach in addition to what Simone offered? Let me see. Okay. Lika says some of them get too offended easily. I agree. And I think the offense comes from the sensitivity. I don't think they've built up mental strength, emotional strength, and those emotional muscles that we had to. I'm not going to say all, but I think depending on the category of the quote unquote younger people we're talking about, Prince of Peace says, I live for advice now because I'm at the age where I don't want to respond like a child. I want to learn to be a gentleman and present myself as one. Fruit Gummy, you're the youngest on the panelists. How do you feel about receiving advice from older women?
I love receiving advice from more seasoned women. I think that's how I've been able to get as far as I have in life. But I will say, to Simone's point, those that poured into me, they did so in a loving and caring manner. And so I just want to caution people when they give advice, you kind of have to check the approach that you're using in terms of how you are giving advice, because I have seen some women have more an abrasive or judgmental approach, which creates an automatic defense for a younger generation. I'm 28, so I'm not in the younger ones, but I do know that they can be a handful. And I guess I kind of want to pose a question to you, Queen Sheba, if that's okay.
Sure.
Um, if they're like that, and I'll just say like for younger 20-year-olds and 19-year-olds, but they have parents that are 40 or in their 40s or in their 50s, I'm trying to figure out, where does the accountability come from? Um, in terms of like their parents who would be in an older bracket, like what are they pouring into their kids? So I don't think it's solely like a younger generational problem. I would also like to know, like in some of the older generations as a collective, what were they taught and what are they passing on? Like how do we descend to the place we are
Oh,
now?
we had a conversation on that on Sunday behind the wall. We actually hosted and facilitated a motherless daughter conversation. And make sure you check that out if you remember, if you haven't already. And there was some insight, there was a lot of information given on how they were not poured into and how they had to learn in real time, which kind of, I call it delayed a lot of progression when it comes to the mind, the body, the spirit, the mental, the emotion. So that's also an opportunity. Ooh, girl. And I think Simone touched on that. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do, to be honest
Oh,
with
okay. My mom caught that, so I will definitely go back and watch it. Thank you,
you.
Queen
Okay.
Sheba.
And listen, you are young. You 10 years younger than some of them that come up here. So you are young at 28.
I'm trying.
That motherless daughter conversation was awesome, Queen. I just have to tell you that was
Yes.
an awesome conversation because if you think about it, I mean, I'm not saying it's true in every instance, but of some of my friend groups, I have a friend in particular, whose mother passed away at a young age, and she was raised by her father.
Simone, your audio is very
Oh,
good. There you go.
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I had the phone on the stand. Her mother passed away at a very young age, and she was raised primarily by her father. And it was a distinct difference in how she handled things in our friend group versus ones who had their mother. Not, like I said, that's not all, but it was a very distinct difference. And that conversation you had, that was eye opening. And even the conversation that Melody brought up, that was a very good conversation. But this conversation about corporate America and appearance, oh my God, I'm so glad you bring this up. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you, because we need to hear this. Mature women and young women, we all need to hear this.
Absolutely. This morning, and you just look at any kind of way in corporate America, go to the bathroom, reset, readjust, do what you can do. And I mean that in love. You know what I mean? If your shoes got dust on them, run to the bathroom, wet a paper towel, wipe them down real quick, tuck your shirt in, reposition yourself real quick, real quick. You got time.
Yes, absolutely. Because that's how I feel we're missing out. Like I said, if we do it in love and do it, our approach has to be in love in a good manner. I think they will be receptive. I do know some of them do have the attitudes, but I know when I was younger, like, I had a what do you call it, a dress malfunction. And I remember this older black lady, she pulled me to the side and she told me, okay, you need to do XYZ. And I was so grateful for that. I mean, I think it helps. We got to do something. We got to help them some kind of way, even if it's rebuffed at first.
Yeah. Now, I will say this for those of you at work, don't be tapping, don't go over to a cubicle tapping young folks on their shoulder trying to tell them what to do today. Do not try this in real time. If you do not have a relationship with anybody, you have to establish a rapport. So don't do it today. We're talking about starting where you are with the people and the places around you. You know what I mean? Put your mask on first with your people, your nieces, your nephews, your kids, and then put your mask on first. What is it? And then offer what? Assistance or something. I forgot. And then help others. But we're going to wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Panelists, I want to give you an opportunity to share with the audience your final thoughts, what you're taking away from today's conversation, or what you would like to leave the audience with. I'll start with you, Sharon. What are you taking away? Or you know what? Let me go over this one real quick. I'm sorry. Show Styles and Spirits says some white women fuck their way to the top too. Sad but true. You know what? It's sad but true, but they also know once they do, you can't fire me. I'm not condoning it. You can't get rid of me because if I
Uh-huh.
go, you go too. And that's a
Ooh-wee.
multi-million-dollar lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yup.
Let me get back on track. I'm sorry, but that's an excellent. It does happen all the time, and they set themselves up for financial success. If you think about the police girl, you remember, and she
Mhm.
slept with all of those men in the police station.
Sure
I don't know if
did.
y'all remember that about a year or two ago,
Yeah,
and she
Down
received
in
a
Louisiana.
hmm,
I remember.
Down in Louisiana.
and she got a huge payout,
Yep.
a huge
Her
payout.
attorney did that.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, final thoughts. Listen. Oh, we didn't open up a can of worms. Uh,
We
show
have to
Styles
shut
and
down your
Spirits.
screen.
Oh my God.
They about to shut
Yeah.
down your screen right now. You done opened it up because you
Somebody
sure
should cover
did.
that. Somebody should cover that.
They, oh man, I got some stories about. Ooh,
Oh,
yes,
child.
they will.
They
Yes,
doing all
they
kind of
will.
drive-bys in the chat now, Queen Sheba.
They done
Mhm.
woke up. They done
They
woke up.
know. They know. They do that, honey. Guaranteed job or guaranteed lawsuit, honey. They. Okay, let me shut up.
Hold on.
But some also do
And
it
then
to
she
get
sued
married.
and her husband stayed with her. Yep. That money, 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 money comes to me flowing effortless. Effortless, effortless.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now y'all don't try that now.
Please
Nobody in the
don't, because
chat
they're going
try
to
it.
walk your black ass up out of there. That won't work for you.
Oh, that worked for Becky, not for Keisha.
Listen, they gonna get you on being late before you can even present your case. So don't do that.
Oh,
Oh my God. Have a good listen. Let's wrap up. This was hilarious at the end. Listen. Okay, let me get myself together. All right, y'all. Final thoughts from the panelists. What are you leaving the audience with, or what are you taking away from today's conversation? I'll start with you, Sharon.
I'm gonna leave the audience with this: if you wear a dress or a skirt, wear stockings. That people are not doing that no more. Um, com- um, Interviewers and people are hiring people with stockings on, regardless of what they tell you or not. So stockings, stockings, stockings. Knee highs, you wearing slacks, you don't do your knee highs. But stockings, stockings, stockings with dresses and skirts.
All right. Wear stockings. That's what she's leaving y'all with. Let's go with the Asset Noir.
Yes, I would like to leave the chat and everyone with this one tip. Your best asset when you walk into a room, whether it's for an interview, being upwardly mobile, just in the community in general, is your smile and your positive attitude. Wear that proudly and boldly, and it will take you into places, open doors, and put you at tables that you never thought that you would have an opportunity to engage.
I love it. Thank you. Let's go to Simone Wealthy.
I mean, I don't really have much, but I mean, all I can say when you enter these spaces, head up, eye contact, dress the part that you want. There's all kind of tips out there for you to get what you want as far as appearance, and or at least get your foot in the door for them to take you seriously. And then all of your intelligent, high educated selves can get that job. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, Simone. Thank you. Fruit gummy.
Alrighty, I would leave you all with that regardless of what, how your appearance actually looks, we are all going against something. We all may have to fight against someone's bias. And so just always show up as your best version of yourself and show up as the place that you want to go, not where you currently are. And that will take you very far.
Awesome advice from all of our panelists. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. What I would like to leave you with is Once you get there, you have to perform. Once you get there, you have to perform. And you have to perform, and you've got to outperform yourself each and every day. And you've got to be authentic. You've got to be genuine. And just I'm not going to say bring your whole self to work, but bring your whole aura. Okay. Bring your whole aura to work. But you have to perform once you get in those doors. Okay. And make no excuses. So thank you, everybody. Look, Sharon, you done got these people riled up about these stockings. They said they ain't wearing no stockings. They said we've overcome that. It's June 19th.
See, that's the reason why you get a job. So
Now,
I'm just
Karen,
saying. I'm just saying. I don't care you in Texas. Don't care you in California.
what color should they wear?
Wear match your skin tone. That's all it is. Match your skin
Okay.
tone. Yeah, you in corporate America. I mean, they don't want to say anything to you, but the people who did the interviews and all that, they have come out and said in different things back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. I was studying on the HR, and they came out and said the reason why the person didn't get the job because that person didn't have no stockings on.
They
So
want to know where you work.
Hmm?
They want to know where you work, where you got to wear stockings.
No, for job interviews and pin where you working in
They want to know where you work.
Well, I used to work at where is it? The military base, doing the military. And when I had dress on, I had stockings on.
Mm-hmm.
When I had a skirt on, I had stockings on, because that still
Okay.
was it was still draining me. But the point is, when I went for the job interview, I wear a dress, I had stockings on.
Okay. Well, Sharon, I'm not wearing no stockings.
Child, I was just about to say that.
Listen, I was thinking the same.
The different type of stockings. They got a thigh high stocking. Hey,
I
I
love
wear thigh
Sharon.
high.
Listen,
I
I
don't
wear
know
thigh
when I wore some stockings.
listen,
I
show
Lord.
up
wear,
in them
thigh high
Ushers,
stockings. Your thigh
them
high
Usher
stockings.
white
Look,
Your
Sharon.
stockings.
Sharon, we didn't let you go on 20 minutes about these stockings. We not doing it.
okay.
We love you, but nah, honey. Mm-mm.
Because if you
I
come with
love
them
you
white
though.
Usher
Mm-mm.
stockings, I'm gonna kiki and cackle after the interview.
Ooh, Sharon said, wear stockings, not in Texas. Girl, you trying to kill somebody in this heat. We just talked about high cost claimants on insurance policy. And you gonna say wear some stockings? Girl, you trying to get these people fired.
If the HR lady ain't got on stockings, I ain't wearing no stockings.
Sharon, you know we just giving you a hard
I
time.
know. No, I'm laughing too. Don't worry about it.
Oh, girl, imagine wearing them stockings right now. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, in the Texas heat. Oh my goodness. I just got a whole visual with a good little sensible pump on.
Girl. Oh, well, thank you, everybody. God bless you. Y'all were hilarious. Great advice. Thank you for coming up, Simone. Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic Juneteenth. Fantastic Juneteenth and enjoy yourself. Look, make yourself a cup of coffee if you haven't already. Take your time around the house. For those of you that are off, have a nice breakfast. Just enjoy your home. For those of you that are at work, ciao. All right. We'll see you Wednesday.
Thank
Have a
you
good day,
again.
everyone.
Have a good day, guys.
All right. Y'all have a good
Amen. All right.
Happy Juneteenth, y'all.
bye bye.